Probably no financial has received more attention, I guess, than the government-wide statement of activities. It's most akin to a business income statement, but it is very different. We've referred to it many times as that upside down and backwards income statement. Whereas a traditional business financial or income statement begins with revenues, comes down through cost of sales, and then expenses, and arrives at the net bottom line. The governmental financial statement actually begins with expenses. So that's what confuses most people right off. But the top left corner of that shows the expenses. It shows the expenditures by function. So functions such as general administration of the government, things such as park and recreation, police and fire protection. So it begins with expenses and then it moves over and talks about, or gives numbers about revenues. So program revenues, which can include fees for services and that sort of thing. So as an example, the park and recreation might include fees that people pay to participate in sports programs. For the police and fire protection, one of the revenues would be fines that people pay. If I went through your city this morning too fast, I would have a fine that would go in there. Maybe I went through a lot too fast. But whatever that is, that revenue offsets the expense of that department. So you arrive after that point with a net number, which is really the net cost of that particular function of government. You'll see essentially in all cases that they're negative numbers, which basically just says that no function of government really pays for itself with its own self-raised fees. Now what's the point of that? The main thing is that it then says to a taxpayer, to a citizen, maybe if it's a school board, it might be those who are participating in the school district, why do I have to pay taxes? Why am I being assessed real estate taxes? Why do I pay sales taxes? Well, it's because since nothing covers itself, it has to come from somewhere else. So those numbers, those negative numbers, which are not necessarily bad, they simply show the net burden to the taxpayers. And it does explain why everyone has to pay those taxes and how they support those functions of government that are not self-supporting. So while it may be upside down and backwards, it really is a very good indicator of how the government is doing, how the money is being spent, and why the taxpayers have to pay what they do to cover all the net expenses.